Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Gridiron Studios Armor Package Cyclops. And that is these two side pieces that we can plug on. All right. They plug on underneath here. You got a mini gun right here, and then they flip down so you can have figures stand up there. You have these two doors. All right. So obviously you have a nice little slit window there. It does flip up, and it has a rocket. Now, there's the rocket that's going to shoot out there. I got to say, having the rocket on the inside might be a little scary, but hey. And then we have what is, I guess, assuming the Cyclops package, which is the front windshield. So it's harder to shoot in, even harder for a sniper to hit. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to show you how you install it. You can decide if you want to go pick it up. If you've already been building this big monstrosity right here, the APC, the ground pounder, you might want to add to it because all these things are meant to, you can do them as you like little pieces, or you do everything as one big giant thing, and it really does make a whole new vehicle. But let's get to this. But before we do, if you like this type of stuff, you like when I drop Gridiron stuff because you're like, hell, you know what? They make some pretty cool stuff, but I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to check on YouTube and I'm going to find this guy, A Punk with Toys. Please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gridiron video. Now let's get to this. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to show you everything and how it goes on. So the first thing that we have is this Cyclops piece. And again, you have the gray on it, which I think looks really nice because it really does match. Well, it comes close to matching the gray because maybe you're not going to change everything out. And they've made sure that you can keep a lot of the stock pieces. You have all these nice little rivets across it, the gray. And then on the inside, even though this is part of the bed, so when a 3D printer prints, this is kind of like the striations that's on it, like the texture. I just think it looks really good and it feels cool. So anyway, but this looks good. And it looks like we're just going to have to kind of pry this one off. Hopefully it comes off nice and easy. Here we have the lower pieces. Okay, so you can still have someone kind of hang on right there. Well, maybe not. I guess it's kind of on an angle, but it has that texture like it's like a grate. All right, you can see the bullets here for this minigun. It does spin, and you get the ventilation that runs through it. All right, you have the ports for blast effects. Looks like there's a little bit of air pockets in here, and then as I mentioned, this thing's gonna fold down, and you still have the grates right there, so you're able to have someone sit on it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is really set up for the apocalypse. All right, and as we know, Gridiron is somewhat associated with Operation Monster Force by Fresh Monkey Fiction. So, all right, here's the door. That's just going to clip right on. It should be easy. Again, you have the gray, you have the nice looking rivets, you have the handle here in gray, and then you have this missile on the inside. So here's the inside of it. It looks kind of, I mean, this is pretty choppy. All right. I've talked about that. That's not something we've really come to expect from Gridiron, but they are 3D printed, and sometimes depending on how the plate is and how it's being made, this is some of the stuff that may just happen, unfortunately. You have a missile inside. All right. Just has a little bit of black right there. Okay. It does have a port there, so I guess if we have some sort of port that could make it shoot out, maybe some of the blast effects for Hasbro would work, make it look like it's shooting out. Again, I don't know if I want this thing inside my my vehicle. So let's quickly take a look at this, see if we can get this thing up. So all we gotta do is pop this up, and you're gonna try and pry it from one side, and hopefully it comes off easily. This came off just like that. I really wish this wasn't black because you can't see anything on the inside if you have just a regular stinger. So here's the same thing. Start with one side. It should probably pop in a little bit easier, but just remember, this is 3D printed. which means that you do have a little bit of softer. Now this is very, I mean, it stays where it needs to. It's real stiff moving. You're not going to be able really to push that down. This turbo engine definitely gets in the way. Oof, that kind of popped right up, huh? That's all the way down, so. But you're going to leave it up anyway. So once it's popped up, you're going to leave it like that. It does line up. This way you don't have to worry about anyone shooting in there. All right, first we're going to pop off, maybe. These doors are really difficult to get off. Maybe we'll start with popping the roof off. If you have a Stinger, then you know, just pop that off. All right, so first thing, we're going to pop on this, and this should be really easy. All right, it looks like it's just going to kind of match up right here where the foot pegs are, or where the steps are for the feet. Two little tabs. This thing should line right up like so. You just pop right on there. So look at that. Sits right there. And I put it on backwards. That way I was going to shoot backwards. It'd be like the Havoc, you know, has that gun. All right. Gatling gun. Minigun. Like this. Same thing. And actually popped on much better. So there you go. That sits like this. And once again, we have the missile on the inside. You don't want to hit that. And then we're going to pop that right on there. All right. Very stiff. Again, remember, this is 3D printed. Get it right into place. It'll actually be easier once I pop this thing down, but I got to switch and get that up there. So hold on. I don't have a lot of room on this table. And I have short arms because I'm a short person. So, if I move the camera back any further, I'm not going to be able to reach it. Here we go. Pop this on. Of course, not from that angle. I'm not about to. Man. There we go. It's lining it up. So, it's not hard to put on. It's hard for me to see where I was at. All right. I'm going to pop these on. Like so. And while you're waiting, bearing with me, because you guys are troopers, take a second and hit that like button if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Going to take our roof, line that up. So where the roof lines up is exactly where I would assume the doors are supposed to line up. Which is a good rule of thumb, right? So once we have that lined up, now they line up exactly where they're supposed to. All right? So for the most part, it's going to be hard for anyone with a regular gun to fire into here. You can change out your howitzer to any type of weapon that you might have with it. So you might have different versions of it. People spend a lot of money on different things, and a lot of people like to make different versions. All right, so this is going to flip down here. All right, so you have the miniguns here. So I don't know if they're considered miniguns at that. Door that's going to flip open, and you have the missile that can shoot right out. If you want, I guess you could push down the Cyclops window. But I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. So there you go. This is your suited up vehicle. And that first thing I did was I messed up. Trying to close that, forgetting that. That's supposed to... Oh, okay. It actually goes like... It looks like it goes like... Is that right? I think it is supposed to be... No, the handle's got to be on the outside. Or maybe not. Something's not right. I put something on wrong. Something is not lining up. There we go. I didn't snap that on the right way. So, I guess it goes like that. But why does it seem like... What am I missing here, guys? I closed that first. Okay, so yeah. So this closes first, and then the door goes down. So that's how it's going to go. Can't fire these. First off, it would hit the wheels. It would also hit the bulldozer there. So door has to come up. The only way you're going to fire it is from here, and you are going to miss everything. For the most part, you will be wiping out people's ankles with a minigun. And I guess once you fall, then it makes a big splat. So, there you go. That is, I don't even know this final piece. Greg told me he has another piece coming, probably this weekend. And when we do, I will, I guess, install that too. But eventually, this thing has to go back home to my buddy Greg because I need room. I need room for my own toys. And this thing is, well, that's a beast. And it's definitely taking up space with Christmas and everything coming. So there you go. If you want it, go pick it up. Gridiron Studios. All right, so there you go. I don't like that. There you go. That is the Gridiron Studios armor package Cyclops, and that's because it looks like Cyclops from the X-Men. Again, when it flips up, there you go. Got the missile. This flips down, and you got the minigun. Matter of fact, I don't think it's a minigun anymore. It's like a full-size Gatling gun. There's no reason to ever flip this down, not to mention the turbo gets in the way. If it's on the vamp, it's going to be completely different. That folds up, and it actually does lock into place. That goes down. So, all in all, it is really adding up to becoming that much of a beast, all based off of the Stinger box. And that's really all it is. It's just a Stinger frame at this point. But hey, if it's something you're into, and you don't have to have everything on it. Maybe you're just like, I like that door. I like that windshield. I like all that. You just pick up that one thing. And I have to apologize to Mark from Gridiron. I know I start fumbling with that stuff to try and get it on, and it makes you guys freak out. But everyone understand I do that so you can see exactly what you're going to have to do, because a lot of people, they can't find the instructions. So I'm doing a favor to everyone that's ordering this so they can figure out. Sometimes when it looks like I might be breaking something, that I'm putting too much stress or pressure on it, understand I'm well aware of how much stress and pressure I'm putting on something so I don't break it. And hopefully I pass it on to you guys so you guys can see exactly what you need to do. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for watching this. Another Gridiron thing. I think I have another one coming soon. Always Gridiron. So much Gridiron stuff. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. But before I do, if you're on Facebook, join the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. Now don't go anywhere. Take a second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gridiron video. I speed up my talk right there. But right now, you like this. But you're like, hey, I don't know what else there is. Right up here is going to be another part of that whole thing that we've been doing. And down here will be a playlist of all kinds of Gridiron stuff that you may have missed, but you want to go back and find out, because maybe there's an Alpine Mountaineer loadout. Go check it out.